Hi, Leon.
Hi.
Thanks for accepting the invitation for having a Q&A, and I'm very glad for that. It's a very, very beautiful film. Very pure, very, a beautiful film in its simplicity, I would say, which is, I think, it doesn't happen very often with young authors, with young filmmakers. I haven't seen that often films like that.
Thank you.
So I would like, I have been watching it for a few times in the past 3 or 4 days, and what I noticed, and it's very, very fascinating, is the distance between the characters, and this distance is also present in the way you approach to them, and the way you shoot, and the way you edit the film. The way you open the film and the way you end the film with the POV is probably a POV of the main character looking at his mother.
Yeah.
Which is a very the mother is in front of him, and you open the film with the main character as part of one landscape of part of Skopje, of a neighborhood.
Yeah, I think that's a very good point, because that is exactly what we were trying to do. We edited the film had 2 versions. The first time we edited it, I wasn't happy with the lack of distance. So actually the second re-edit adds a lot of this distance that you're talking about. And I think we did that for the reason that I wanted there to be first a distance, so that we can sort of be more critical of the characters. I think that's important. Even though we understand their emotion, I think I wanted us to know that some of the things they're doing are wrong, or maybe perceived as wrong. And then the second reason we did that was because the film is inspired by actual events that happen. This is shot in my neighborhood and inspired from events there, but I'm sure these things happen elsewhere, in Macedonia, the Balkans. So I wanted it to look like a memory. That was what I was thinking about that as well, in terms of, in when we remember something, we get all the emotions, but we also have this critical distance that I was talking about.
Right. But what I think is that what makes the movie that big and important is the fact that it's not something that happens only in your neighborhood or in Skopje. And I don't even think that the main theme of the film is the violence between teenagers and between young people. It's something else. It's something about the closeness in the family. It's something about the closeness between human beings living in one space or somewhere else. The father lives somewhere else and then comes for a brief moment,
right,
and solve in a way the problem.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think a lot of the sort of people that wrote about the film or spoke about the film at home spoke about the film in terms of peer violence, or I think that's the word, when it's 2, I guess, teenagers fighting, which, I mean, that is the film does have that, and part of the film, I guess, is about that. But I think you're right in saying that sort of peer violence is this a way of getting at something different or something bigger. So I guess violence is a theme in the movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely about ultimately about this family and about uh, I guess separation is another theme.
Yeah, very nice. Well put. My other question would be how, since you are also a young man and studying cinema, and in this film you worked with two teenagers and two professional actors, and this is a question that you will get on many Q&As, but how was this? How was your approach? Was there a particular method towards the teenagers, and another one towards the professional actors, or rehearsals, or you know?
I wish I could say that I had special approaches. I think, as you said, I'm pretty young, so I'm still learning. I think that was the part of the process where I was still learning and figuring it out with the actors. It was my first time. I had worked with non-professional actors or actors my age before, and so that in some ways is easier because you know, these are people closer to your age, so you can talk to them more freely. I think I definitely was more nervous in approaching professional actors, not because of the actors themselves. They're wonderful, and them agreeing to do the movie was a really big deal for me. But yes, it was really nice actually for the scene between the mother and the father, which is one of my favorite scenes in the film towards the end. It was great because I didn't have to really do anything. I just sat there, and that was the first time that has happened. I just sat there, and they did their thing, and I gave one note, and then they did it again, and I liked it, and that was it. So I don't think we had any more than 3 takes of anything in that scene, which I don't usually do. I don't think.
Great. And again, as a young filmmaker and a very successful, what's your opinion about, let's say, contemporary cinema? And from that comes the question about your how much movies do you watch, and what are your favorite authors, let's say, or does it come from books or art in general?
Yeah, so you're asking about the cinema I believe in. I believe in a lot of cinema, but there's obviously a cinema I believe in for myself, I would say. So I enjoy all sorts of movies, and I want them all to exist, because some of the movies I wish I could make, but when you start writing, you realize that that's not the kind of writer you are, or so on and so forth. But the movies that inspire me, and I think with this film, it's definitely the influence when I say them, or you might have noticed them already. So it's definitely, I'm a really big fan of the new waves. So the Taiwanese new wave, the Romanian new wave, are big ones, and then contemporary French cinema. Although I haven't seen much of it, but it is definitely what I've seen is definitely inspiring to me. Iranian new wave. There we go.
Great.
Those are the standout ones. And I think we were definitely thinking about a lot of those when we were planning obviously when I was writing, but also when we were planning the look of the film with my DP.
Great. Thank you very much, Cloud.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.